Combaticons! Transform! Brawl!
Hi, Collector's Corner here. Today we'll take a look at Transformers Age of the Primes Brawl, Combaticon Brawl. There he is in the box. Nice picture of Brawl. On the side, very nice. His tank mode, also looking nice. He does have 23 steps from robot to tank. And he is part 3 of 5 to make Bruticus. Here's from Age of the Primes. On one side you got Bruticus all combined. Age of the Primes Brawl. On the other side you got 13 Primes. And he is in fact a Voyager class. Because he needs to make a very beefy foot to hold up the entirety of Bruticus. So, anyway, on the top, Brawl. On the back, you get robot mode. You get the tank mode. There's still 23 steps. Yes, collect combine. He's in part 3 of 5 for Bruticus. So yeah, there he is in his box. So let's take him out and see what it looks like. There he is in his robot mode, looking all nice and green. So let's get into his face here. There he is. Nice gray face with orange visor, a dark red mouth plate. Looks very nice. And the red detailing at the top. A lot of molded detail on the chest. More detail for the torso. Not really all that much for the crotch or legs. Has a lot of detail for the shins and the toes. See the treads on the side. Side of the arms, again, a lot of molded in detail. The fists done in grey. Now, the back, have the tank turret. Let's move. And yeah, they're a bit hollow, but hey, he does a lot of stuff. So, yeah. That's it for the robot mode. Well, now let's go into articulation, shall we? So, for the head, that rotates all the way around. It can look up slightly if that. It can look slightly down. Press it in to his chest, but yeah, that looks weird. Look down. He does get some slight tilt side to side, but not much. For the shoulders, he's got a lot of shoulder range here. Shoulders can move back. They can move forward. They can rotate. They can move up at that hinge. Yeah, do that, all that. Can actually cross his arms in front of his chest, like that. Yeah. Quite a bit. He does get a bicep swivel. He does get a 90-degree elbow bend. And it does expose a slight bit of elbow there, which is kind of interesting. So, and he has no wrists, which is, in my view, a real detriment to the figure, and being a $42 Voyager, really cheap. Well, that's the part. I mean, probably they did it because of how the arm transforms, but still, I think they could have gotten a wrist swivel in there, and yeah, they just didn't. It does have a waist rotation. You can kick all the way up. You can kick back, all the way back. Can kick out, full splits. Does get a thigh swivel at the top of the thigh. It gets 90 degrees of knee bend, and it's kind of tight, but it is there. Does tab in softly at that point. And he does get the toe joint, can move slightly up, back. And you can tab it. Yeah, you can move it further. And he does get a very, very wide-ranged ankle tilt, like that. No down, but yeah, you can move slightly up. Now, that's it for articulation. So, for His accessories, he includes 3 accessories. He includes 2 of these very large guns. Very nicely detailed, very large. They are hinged at the base, so hold up and down. They just go that far, so they'll never be straight up, but hey. And the base has 2 tabs you can use to connect to the tank. There's 2 of those. And he gets his little gun, little pistol here, long barreled pistol. Not all that interesting, but it's there. You can hold his gun in his hand fairly securely. It's not going to fall. You can tab it in to the side of the arm if you want a handgun. So you can tab it in to the side of the tank here. That slot right there and that tab right there. Like so, or you can tab the peg on the bottom to that port, like so. Yeah, things you can do with this gun. But of course, you want him. I prefer him with the auto cannon. For the large guns, he can't actually hold these guns. Oops, sorry for that. They don't have actual traditional pegs. They have these little tabs that clip in. So come back here. And you can clip them in to the back like that, or you can clip them in to the side like so. Yeah. And there you have the guns. The turret here is not removable, so yeah, just stay there. Yeah, not all. That's all you can do with his accessories. Oh, and one more thing before I forget. The big guns here are not blast effect compatible. Neither of the 3. They're just, the port's just too small. But the small handgun here is blast effect compatible. So you can plug in a small blast effect and have him shoot things. Not bad. So. Yeah, I've seen some people have blast effects that do ping in there, but I don't have any that work. The regular ones that came with, the previous Legacy figures, like these, and like these. Yeah, these don't work. So I don't know which ones work. I tried the 86 Prime blast effects, but those are not pegs. They have tiny ports, so yeah. Don't know which ones they've been using. Yeah, there is Blast Off Brawl in his robot mode with all his weapons. Yeah, looks pretty nice, I think. Hi, if you're liking this video, please consider subscribing by pressing the subscribe button below. Also remember to like and comment and ring that bell to get notified of future videos. Thank you. So, for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars Blast Off. As you can see, he's a tiny bit taller than Combiner Wars Blast Off, but he does a bit more. You won't get the turret behind him. Here he is with Blitzwing, 86, Legacy Blitzwing. I think they look okay together. Blitzwing is a little cast where he should be taller. Here he is with Starscream. And yeah, interestingly enough, Starscream is taller, even though they're both Voyager. Brawl is a very small Voyager, but he's a Voyager, $42. Yeah. And last but not least, here he is with his Combaticon friends, Blast Off and Vortex. And yeah, he's a bit taller than either one of them. A bit taller than Vortex is, but not as taller, not as much and blast off here. But yeah, they look okay together. Vortex is the smaller one of the three. But yeah, all in all, pretty cool looking. So, that's it. Let's move on to transformation. So, I'm going to remove the gun. You want to remove guns. Right now, what you want to do is you want to raise up his arms here, like so, like so. You want to come back here to the turret, pull it up carefully, because if you don't, it will detach from the hinge there, just a pressure hinge. So yeah, it tends to pop off if you're too rough with it. And the hinge itself in the turret is very tight, so it's kind of hard to pull it out, actually pull it off. But anyway, now that you have it in this configuration, you want to rotate his waist around, and you want to come down here to the legs. You want to open up his feet, pull them all the way up, and fold them in. And then come here to the treads, and you want to unfold them this hinge, and then unfold it from this hinge, and straighten them out, like so. Same thing with the other side. Open up the leg, hold it in, straighten the hinge, like so, like so. You want to rotate everything all the way back. For now, just keep it to an angle. So now, I want to come back up here to the chest. Let's raise up a bit. Oh yeah. So, the chest here. Open up the chest. Fold in the head. You want to fold up. Fold down. Up this whole chest assembly. Fold it up like so. Close in the chest again. It'll tab in to those two tabs right there, and those two slots right there. Want to come down to the legs and tab them in together like so, the middle. You get everything ready. Fold up the hands here, maybe the chest here. You want to rotate the arms forward like so, and push this hinge into the chest, and it'll tab into that tab right there. Before you do that, you want to come in here to the arm, fold out this panel to cover the fists, and then you can like that. Same thing on this side. Push it in and so. Fold out the panel, cover the fists. You want to complete the rotation of the treads, fold them up, and these tabs will tab in those slot there. You want to tab in this tab here and this tab here, like so. On the other side, rotate the treads and tab them in, tab there and tab there. And then you can, you want to open up this tread section right there and right there. Then you can fold in the arms, and they will tab in behind this panel, like so, and they will connect there. Same thing on the other side. Fold them in, this tab, square peg, will tab into that port there. Tab them in, and then you can tab in the tread piece in front, like so, and like so. There you have the tank mode. Want to push the turret back and down so it sits flush the tank, and there is your tank mode completed. Oh, come on, where would you focus? There you go. It has decided to focus. So there's a tank mode, and it does look like a pretty nice tank mode. Yeah, I do like this tank mode. It's very, very nice. It's not that large, but it's okay. Bottom, you get just some road parts. You can't see the head through there, not much. We tank to it, lots of molded in detail and rivets on the side of the tank. Get some more molded in details on the top. Same thing on the other side, the back, a lot of details. So yeah, this isn't applying the Studio Series detailless design here. This is quite detailed threads, highly detailed threads with rivets, hubcaps, all that nice stuff in there. He does get 4 tiny wheels, so he can roll. They're actually pretty good for rolling. Not this here, but they do roll. They do roll fairly nicely on most surfaces. Yeah. For the accessories, you want to take large guns and tap them into those slots using those tabs, like so, and like so. And for the small gun, you want to use the slot there with a tab on the gun right there, like so. You can plug it in there, but it's covered by this gun. It's kind of hard. I mean, you need to pull them up and then tap it in there. But yeah, this is Brawl, all of his weapons, and yeah, you can still get him the blast effect right there. If you want to have him just shoot one gun, and not all the other cannons he has. Yeah. You can do that. Yeah. All in all, a pretty nice tech mode, I think. So, for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars Brawl. And as you can see, he's a little bigger than Combiner Wars Brawl. Not too much, but he's bigger, as he should be, for $42. Here he is with Blitzwing. Yeah, Blitzwing is much beefier. Of course, he has a plane in there, so yeah, should be. Here he is with Starscream. Yeah, the tank is smaller than the plane. Well, there are smaller tanks, but hey. And last but not least, here he is with his Combaticon friends. Helicopter and the shuttle, Vortex and Blast Off. And yeah, they're starting to look nice together. Yeah. Pretty nice. All things considered. Yeah. Bruticus is shaping up to be fairly nice. Yeah. So all in all, it's pretty nice figure, pretty nice Brawl. Oh, I forgot to mention, he does have Decepticon logos on his arms, done in purple or gunmetal gray. Yeah, only one of them. The other one is just gunmetal gray. But still, it's pretty nice Brawl here. No ankles, just kind of awkward. Heels. But overall, yeah, he's nice. $42 seems a bit steep for this guy because, well, he doesn't do anything major. 42 bucks. He has that big hinge there, which I also forgot to show because it's not technically a port of articulation, but you can use it if you want to, you know, do that. Make him sort of angle to the side. You only get one side because it only works from that side. This is supposed to be the ankle tilt for Bruticus, I'm assuming. But since this guy has no instructions for his combine mode, yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't go into that. But yeah, anyway, all in all, he's pretty good. I don't think he's worth the 42 bucks. If you can find him on sale, that would be better. 40 bucks still seems a bit steep for this guy, considering, well, he does nothing major on his own, and we still need to wait several months for the rest of his team. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of awkward. But I don't know. I do like him. It's a good figure. It's decent. I like the gun. These guns at the back, yeah, they're kind of annoying because the hinge is very tight, and will, if you try to move them, try to move the hinge, will just untab the gun from the port, the slot. So yeah, it's a bit annoying in that respect. And yeah, these tabs here, this one at the bottom, this one on the bottom it works better. It's tighter on these ports on the side than the other. And this tab on the front, and these ports. So it's just a bit loose on mine, and if you move the gun, which is very tight, has a very tight hinge, it'll just pop the gun out. But it'll hold on the side. It's kind of interesting. In any case, yeah, overall, he's okay. He's just fine. Nothing major. 7.5 out of 10, I would say. But yeah, what you really want is the complete set, which yeah, apparently for an Onslaught release date set for August, so yeah, that's going to be a ways away. For Swindle, well, no pre-orders yet, so we don't know when he's going to be released, but hey, the moment he is, we should be getting a review. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Remember to follow us on Blue Sky, follow us on Patreon, ring the bell for notifications, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far. Keep it going, please. It really helps out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.